Well, now to the political fallout from the fire emergency. Barnaby Joyce has raised eyebrows after claiming two of the people killed in the fires most likely voted for the Greens. Live now to political reporter Trudy McIntosh in Canberra. And Trudy, Labor has seized on the former National leader's comments.
They certainly have. Barnaby Joyce today making the case that it was environmental opposition to hazard reduction burns in the lead up to this bushfire crisis that has actually exacerbated the threat. He specifically pointed to Greens councils and Greens MPs, arguing they're the ones who have been opposing these sort of controlled burns ahead of what we have seen today. But whilst he was defending that comment here on Sky News, he also said that two of the people who died in this bushfire disaster may have been Greens voters. That's been seized upon by Labor. Here was his comments, and then Christina Keneally.
And the crazy thing there, Kieran, is I acknowledge that the two people who died were most likely people who voted for the Green Party. So I'm not going to start attacking them. That's the last thing I want to do. What I wanted to concentrate is on the policies that we can mitigate these tragedies happening again in the future. That's where I'm going to focus.
How does he know who they voted for? And why does it matter? They're dead. They died in a bushfire. Isn't that enough?
I've not seen the quotes, Senator Keneally. I have no idea what Mr Joyce was referring to, and there'd be questions for him.
Do you think it matters who they voted for?
No, Senator.
Seems like a strange area to go. Trudy, the Labor leader, meanwhile, was targeted by a member of the public during his visit to the fire zone.
Yeah, that's right, Tom. Anthony Albanese has been in the town of Nimbin today, visiting fire-affected areas. He was speaking to the media about an hour ago when he was interrupted during this press conference by clearly a frustrated resident there about how this debate over the fires is going.
But I don't think it's a time to be engaged in party politics.
It's not party politics, it's our reality.
Yeah, I'd just like to say this is all lovely and this is beautiful, the support we're getting from the CFA, and it's nice that everyone's coming down, but what I see is bread and circus while Rome is burning.
You can see it
That's our lives, and we just get bread and circus.
Yeah.
And things are also getting fiery here in Canberra. The Senate's sitting today, and we have seen the Greens use a debate over the big stick energy bill in the Senate to really take aim at both sides of politics about how they've handled climate change and particularly the fires.
How dare you suggest that our country is beyond the ability of rising to a similar challenge? How dare any of you suggest that in this moment, at this time, it is appropriate to be prosecuting a piece of legislation with the aim of propping up coal? You are no better than a bunch of arsonists. Borderline arsonists.
Labor quickly demanded that Senator Steele-John retract those comments, and we also heard from One Nation's Pauline Hanson. She says that they are simply unacceptable, Tom.